Welcome back to the Hyperkinetic Dawn of War Double Elimination Seeded Random Race Tournament. We continue in the qualifying matches. This is Carriejanka's second qualifier match. She has rolled Eldar, looks like the Cabal of Murder, up against another Dark Eldar. She has gotten a mirror match for the second time in the qualifiers. This looks to be the Cabal of... let's see, pardon me while I remember the color scheme here. This is the Cabal of the Black Heart. Now, actually, this could get a bit confusing watching the two of them go at it, because these color schemes are very similar. The Cabal of Murder here, you may notice, has a base color scheme of black, versus the Cabal of the Black Heart has a base color scheme of a very dark purple. So there is a difference there, but you'll have to look closely to really notice it. So, let's see, looks like her enemy's gone for Hall of Blood, as has she, so they may both be going for early Mandrake infiltration. See, Carriejanka's getting a slave chamber up to get her population, as well as she's got her plasma generator going. Let's see, grabbing one resource point and getting a tortured slave over there to immediate star on LP. Very good tact there. Let's see, versus her opponent is, going straight for that Mandrake infiltration. So usually a good call for the Dark Eldar. Lets you gather points early game with, for the most part, impunity. And if you want to go for an early harass, it's not difficult to do. Let's see. Looks like Carriejanka's going for 3 Mandrake builds at the moment. Let's see, versus our Dark Eldar friends over here. Still only have the 1 squad. This is fairly typical. They just got their infiltration, so if we switch sides now, we can see them running off here infiltrated. Standard AI Dark Eldar tend to only build 1 squad of Mandrakes early on, and then just send them around the map grabbing points. So we'll see what Carriejanka's up to now. Let's see. Alright, she has upgraded her slave chamber. She's wanting to get that soul essence running so she can use some of her race's special abilities. It's a good call on her part there. She's not actually built that LP yet. A little bit surprised about that. She had her heretic out there, her tortured slave out there ready to go that quickly, but didn't actually capitalize on it. On the other hand, she is moving her mandrakes out. See, she's grabbing a relic. Looks like she'll be the first to secure a relic in this game. Meanwhile, the other Dark Eldar are just, let's see, they're getting their LP up, and otherwise just send their Mandrakes around grabbing extra points at the moment. Let's see. Let's see if Carriejanka is going for... okay, so Carriejanka's still exploring, looks like. So at this point, she has discovered both where her opponent is and who they are. She's likely a bit irritated that they're... that's another mirror match, but we'll see how she does. She's doing a good job of getting points up. She's researching her infiltration now as well, so her units out here will be able to start harassing shortly. At minimum, they should be able to decap that point easily. Maybe even take out this Tower of Loathing. She's got her tortured slave harvesting the soul essence. No upgrades going at the moment, and she's got plenty of requisition and energy, so this may just be a matter of either distraction, microing her mandrakes, or she could be having trouble deciding what she wants to do exactly. She does have several listening points built now, so she's got a fair amount of requisition coming in. Let's see. Oh, looks like the Cabal of the Black Heart has gotten some warrior squads out. They're whittling away at those mandrakes. It's unfortunate that she doesn't seem to have noticed this. Looks like she's going to lose that squad entirely. Meanwhile, they're building another squad of warriors, so they're getting a couple squads of warriors out. This could prove to be a bit of a problem for Carriejanka if she doesn't have something to counter with it. The warrior squads are not particularly tough, but they do lay out a withering amount of firepower, and if you don't have something to take them down quickly, then they can cause a pretty significant problem for you. Let's see. Meanwhile, Carriejanka is getting her Archon out. This is an excellent move on her part. That Archon will be able to absolutely obliterate those warrior squads, and she's building her own warrior squad in addition to that. This is an excellent combination, as that Archon can effectively tank for those warrior squads. So they can just sit back and use their strong firepower to their advantage, while the Archon takes the brunt of the incoming damage. There, the Archon is finished. The warrior squad is not moving in yet, and they've sent their other warrior squad out here to this other point. This is an interesting decision on their part. Let's have just a closer look at the color scheme on these guys. You can see how heavily black this is, with a little bit of really dark teal there, versus these warriors are a dark purple with the kind of silver helmets there. So, again, at distance, kind of hard to tell the difference between these two color schemes, but when you really analyze it, you can tell the difference. And the easy way to tell on the warrior squads is simply their helmet. The Cabal of Murder has a black helmet. The Cabal of the Black Heart has silver helmets. Looks like Carriejanka is going to be losing her Tortured Slave here. She did not realize that there was a warrior squad there. She does now, however, and her Archon's moving out to chase them off. She's up to 2 warrior squads. She's getting a good amount of forces built up here. Her population's actually full. She needs to build another slave chamber if she wants to keep cranking out troops like that. But in the meantime, she is upgrading her LPs to LP2s, so those are going to be able to provide some decent defense for her now. Compared to her enemy, she's looking fairly strong at the moment. However, her enemy does have a lot more pop cap at the moment due to the number of slave chambers that they've built. So they're capable of building a lot more. That said, as we've seen, the standard AI doesn't tend to build a lot of squads, especially on an early game. So Carriejanka is actually in a pretty good position to push forward and strike out pretty strong here. She's got her 2 Incubi built onto her Archon now, so that is a strong, very strong squad at this point in the game. And also getting more Tortured Slaves built. She's trying to get that LP built, most likely, at the moment. Grab another relic. She's got pretty good map control at this point. She's got a lot of points secured. She's getting LPs built and everything. It's looking pretty good for her at the moment. Her opponent is also expanding out and getting some LPs built, but it's looking to be a pretty even match in terms of resources, and against a standard AI that is usually going to tend to favor the human player. Although we are still seeing that Carriejanka is maintaining a fairly high amount of requisition and energy at the moment. She could be building a lot more than she is. And of course, the take and hold victory has been triggered for the Cabal of the Black Heart. They've grabbed both the critical locations. This should be easy for Carriejanka to take back. She could go for the one close to their base, but most likely going for the one up top would be easier to do. It's farther away from any reinforcements, and she's got plenty of squads up here already that can just run down there and grab it. She had her Mandex run right by that squad. That was a serious error there. She could have intercepted those guys and protected her Tortured Slave and make sure that this Tower of Loathing didn't take any more damage than it needed to. But she's concerned about getting that critical location taken down.
6 minutes until taking hold victory.
Certainly not a bad idea to take it down, but there was plenty of time to deal with that. It would have been a better idea to have dealt with those warriors first and then move to that point. Certainly, yeah, taking the time to capture this while her Tower of Loathing's under attack is a bit of a mistake. It is, at the rate it's going, it is going to finish, turn into an LP2 and chase off those warriors, but it's going to take a significant amount of damage in the meantime. So the opponent has gotten their Archon built now as well. They've not gotten any Incubi built, but they do have a warrior squad backing them up. That said, looks like Carriejanka is getting some upgrades going here, maybe. Perhaps not.
There is much terror to bring.
And there we see the Dark Foundry going down. So she is going to be grabbing... Yeah, indeed, she's going for Tech 2. And so with that Dark Foundry going down, she's going to be able to build some Hellions, maybe some Reaver bikes. So this is going to significantly increase the danger that she poses. Now, her opponent does have 2 squads of infiltrated mandrakes here, so that could pose a bit of a problem for her if she doesn't get a infiltration detector out here. Let's see. She could go for witches. Witches can detect. I believe also her homunculus can detect, if I remember correctly. Okay, so it looks like fight's going down here. Let's see how this goes. Of the visible units, it's going to go in Carriejanka's favor very quickly here, but those cloaked mandrakes are going to be a problem for her. With the help of her incubi, the opponent's Archon is falling much faster. So another squad of warriors to deal with, and in the meantime, those mandrakes are just chewing through her warrior squads. This is not good for her. In the meantime, she's grabbing another critical location. Yeah, you can just see how fast those mandrakes are whittling through those warrior squads when they have no way to fight back. This is really unfortunate. She really needs some infiltration detectors out here. And there's the enemy homunculus. So they've got their second hero out on the battlefield now. Of course, they have to rebuild their Archon. That's going to take them requisition, but we'll see how this goes. Oh, looks like her opponent also has Scourge squads out. This is going to be a problem for her if she doesn't do something to deal with these. They wield splinter cannons. Splinter cannons are going to be very powerful against infantry. As long as they've got somebody to kind of block Carrie from getting to these Scourge when they start laying in the firepower, this is going to be very devastating for our infantry. And worse yet, the Scourge can be upgraded later with Dark Lances, which are very powerful against vehicles. So even the Foundry that she's got going is going to be a problem. So she's going straight for the Night Shields research rather than any squads to begin with. That's an interesting choice. So that's going to increase the effective health of her units by giving them their shielding. So she looks like she's going for just one of each on her vehicles at the moment. Going for a Reaver bike, a Hellion squad, and a Raider. We shall see how this goes. Okay, we see one of the abilities go down there. That's one of the Dark Eldar's soul abilities.
6 minutes until taking old victory.
And we see how much firepower those Scourge are back there laying into this fight. Carriejanka's got some of her own Scourge, but yeah, again, without anybody to support them, they're going to fall pretty quick. So that Reaver jet bike is actually pretty powerful and is going to start munching through these Scourge pretty quickly. If any of those Scourge upgrade to a Dark Lance, that Reaver jet bike will go down pretty fast, but they're all using splinter cannons at the moment. So Carriejanka's got a good chance of surviving here, and indeed with other things taking the attention of it, that'll allow it to continue firing. You know, her Hellion squad is almost done. Hellions are really good harassers. They can do good damage as long as they're not by themselves in general. In a larger fight, if it's a small skirmish, they're going to do pretty well, purely because of their mobility. They can move in and out of combat. They can jump, so they can get quickly away from an area if they need to. So again, we see Carriejanka's forces are generally superior here, but she's still has to deal with the infiltrated units when they come in. Looks like she's mopped them all up for now, but she lost way more units than she should have in those exchanges. And here we see a Witch squad coming in, so the opponent is continuing to build up their forces, their tech. They've got another Witch called Arena going down there. They've got a couple laboratories up here, a Hall of Blood, and a Witch called Arena up here. So they've got lots of production and tech buildings throughout the map, which is going to give them a lot of survivability. So she's has lost her take and hold victory at the moment. Okay, looks like she very intelligently got her warrior squad mounted up onto this raider, so they can lay down some good firepower while having a little bit of